Andheri, we're in Paris and we're with a very, very special guest. How do I address you? Ambassador Eric?
Just Eric.
Just Eric. I've always felt this. Okay, too many thoughts.
Yeah.
I'll say it once. Every time I meet any of the diplomats or ambassadors, I always feel like I'm so tempted to say Your Majesty because there's just so much Your Excellency.
It's actually interesting in America, we're the only country that doesn't say Your Excellency. We just say Mr. or Ms. Ambassador.
But they do it otherwise, right?
But they still call me. They're still like Your Excellency. I say, who's excellent? Like who
just
are they talking
Eric.
about? Eric.
Just Eric for you.
Just Eric, exactly.
But it's so nice meeting you. Thank you so much for
Welcome
giving
to Paris.
us. Love it, love it. Other than that, we've had an eventful morning.
Yeah.
Paris
trying to find each other, right?
Yeah, just trying to find each other. But we got here in time, and I'm very happy that we did. But we're here for the Olympics, which is just fun. And you told me a fun fact. You said you used to be a break dancer.
I was a break dancer. I had a breakdance crew. There were 5 of us. Actually, was just talking to them last night because breakdancing
is an Olympic sport now.
So it's so cool to see something that was born in the United States, but I used to, when I was young, like do a little popping, a little,
wow,
take people's heads, put it back, Actually, one of my breakdance crew last night said, I think one of the dancers just did your trademark eat someone's head move.
This was your trademark move?
Yeah, it was like you take the head, you crush it down, you swallow it, and then you put it back up, put it back on.
Wow. Wow. So where were you doing breakdance? Would you compete and stuff?
In Los Angeles. No, we'd have you do break-offs, you have break dance crew and another one, and we compete with them, or we just compete with each other. But we go to each other's house, put down some cardboard, do popping, locking, breaking,
oh, wow,
the whole thing.
That's fun. Is it available on YouTube?
It is thankfully not. Although when I ran for mayor, I did one interview, you can probably find someplace where they made me pop a little bit. So it's somewhere out there.
During the interview?
Yeah,
oh, fun.
Absolutely. It's someplace.
Very cool. Must check it out. But now that you're here, is there, other than breakdancing, obviously, is there an Olympic sport that literally gives you goosebumps? Because I'll tell you why I'm asking you this. I watched Neeraj Chopra at the javelin win silver for us.
Amazing.
And that was my first time watching an Olympic event in person. And I had goosebumps the whole time. And it was, what I loved about it was that I have never felt that before. I'm 31 years old and I've never felt this before. Like I've never sat in the stands thinking, oh my God, like he's playing for my country and like we got a silver. Is there a sport that still gives you those goosebumps?
I don't know if it's a unique sport, but when I was a kid, at 13 years old, the Olympics came to Los Angeles. And we had a runner, Carl Lewis, who was going for 4 golds. The 100, the 200, the long jump, and then the 4x100. And he got all 4 golds. My parents took me to the stadium and I watched him win that last one.
Wow.
And now when I look back, it was amazing then, it gave me goosebumps then. But I don't know if it's been repeated since by a runner across so many different things. And so last night I saw athletics. I watched the shot put 10,000 meter women, which is like a half-hour race. People are literally dropping and just falling and having to be carried off because it's so hard. And you see people pushing themselves to the limit. I think it inspires all of us. Somebody said every sport, they should put one normal person out there so we can have a baseline. Because they all look incredible, right? It's just one of us trying to run 10,000 meters while they get, they lap us 20 times.
Just like, you're still here. We're done.
But that's what is so great about the Olympics, though. It really humanizes how extraordinary these people are.
And now that's coming to the US in 28?
My hometown, 28.
Oh my God, are you excited about that?
Part of the reason I'm here is to witness the flag at the very end of the closing ceremonies. Paris will give us the official Olympic flag, and we'll take it to Los Angeles and prepare the next 4 years.
Wow. I was talking to someone on the Olympics team and I was like, I love your job because you work once in 4 years. Like it should be so
like,
chill.
No.
No, we have the Winter Olympics and then we have the e-sports and then there's so much that keeps happening. So how are you prepping towards this? Like what happens? And I'm asking this as just a fan of the event now, and I'm like, how does this actually happen?
Well, first of all, I hope you'll come to Los Angeles. Invitation right here, witnessing it. It's we've hosted it twice. So with Paris and London will be the only city 3 times. 1932, we had the first Olympic Village, the first, I think, photo finish, some of the first women's sports. In 1984, it was the first profitable Olympics, and we put that money back into youth sports, the foundation that even today helps support, poor neighborhoods and sports. We're anticipating we'll even get a larger profit than that this time because all of our stuff is basically done and ready. We have so many sports in Los Angeles all the time. What you can expect is Hollywood, you can expect Malibu,
Yeah.
surfing, the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
A lot of these sports started, like skateboarding, surfing, you know, a lot of these things, beach volleyball.
Lacrosse is going
you
to
can
be a
go
part
back-
of it, you said.
Exactly, a Native American sport. And of course, the biggest news, which I've been working on for 5 years, I had no idea I would have been the ambassador to India, is
Say it.
cricket. In fact, somebody said, an Indian friend said, now that you've put cricket into the
Now
Olympics,
people are going to watch.
no, they said you should just go home. There's nothing bigger you can do as ambassador. Like,
Which is
it's
true.
that.
Which is true. I mean, we've been discussing this a lot. So we have a couple of friends who are from the UK and they were just like, do you all play netball?
Oh, netball, yeah.
Do you all play this? Do you all play? And I was like, we only play cricket.
Right,
There is
exactly.
nothing else we play. I mean, obviously, we have hockey
Yeah,
and we
hockey's
have
good.
all the other games, but there is there's nothing that people are as passionate about as men and
cricket.
women's cricket.
In June in New York to watch the US-India
You
match.
did,
And nobody thinks of the United States as a powerhouse, but we beat
but it was
Pakistan.
very quick. It was
We beat
very
Bangladesh
quick.
before, and
Yeah.
we came close with India.
Yeah,
It was
you
perfect as ambassador. We got you close, but we didn't beat you because I couldn't have returned to India if we had beaten you. So
And
it
then
was
you
really
couldn't go to Chandigarh.
no, I couldn't do it.
You know, it's so funny when the India-US match was happening, I was sitting at a panel. This very big company had come back to India. Head of operations was sitting with me, and he's from the US.
Right.
And he kept talking about, oh, I love India. Like, I think it's amazing. And, you know, it's this, it's that. I said, so you love India? He's like, yeah. I said, okay, so there's an India-US match happening tonight. Who are you cheering for? He's like, geographically, I'm going to cheer for India because I'm here. I don't want to get beat up.
Well, we had so many Indians. You could root for India through the United States.
That's
there was
true.
the A team, and then as they joked, the H1B team.
H1B team is great. But we're very excited for that to come. I want to also ask you, Eric, so I do a lot of work around like climate action and stuff like that. And a
Me
lot
too.
of work is...
Thank you for that.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And one of the questions I always ask people who are in positions of power, in context to like kind of bringing about changes, what is the one sustainable change that you've made in your everyday life, not as ambassador,
Right.
but as just Eric, where
So,
you know you've seen a difference
Yeah.
and that helps.
you know, I think you have to fundamentally look at where are you consuming the most carbon. For me, I don't right now as ambassador because we need an official car, but my private car since 1997 has been an electric vehicle. I had one of the very first.
97?
Yes. It's incredible. So I had the very first General Motors EV1, one of the first rounds. I've been driving electric vehicles, zero emissions.
Oh, wow.
2, I put solar on my houses. So whenever we've had a house, we always put solar electricity. Something I know India now
Has
has
been doing a
announced
lot,
there's going
yeah.
to be a big 10 million
Yeah.
rooftop initiative. You know, those things which it's great to do the small things too. We all should. We should recycle. We should walk, bike, you know, take transit more than being in a vehicle. But it's the big ones where we can change fundamentally. And then, of course, when I was mayor of Los Angeles, we are converting our entire electricity from what used to be coal and used to be gas to what will be 100% renewable by 2030.
By 2030. Oh, so
Which
we're
is
hitting the
amazing.
goal with that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is cool. And I feel like that means so much coming from someone like you who speaks up for an economy that's that large.
And if cities can do it, I used to chair for all the cities of the world, something called C40. It's the 100 largest cities, including India's cities, mayors. And you know, there's only one country that has met the goal of Paris. Only Denmark is reaching that goal by 2050 to be carbon neutral. But 2/3 of the cities of the world are meeting that goal or surpassing it. They're on track to do that. So if cities can do it, I think countries can too. Because these are complex, big things. And we hope that cities can inspire countries in the world to meet the targets so that you know, you have 800 million people who are vulnerable in India to climate change. We've got tens of millions in the US.
So thank you so much for
of
putting
course.
it that lightly. I feel like, you know, anytime there's a conversation on climate change, especially climate change, because we weren't taught it when we grew up. We had to kind of learn it. I mean, when I started working with the UNDP, I actually sat every single day after work Googling and making reports as to like, what does carbon neutral even mean, or what does zero emission even mean? Like, we weren't taught that as well as I wish we were. So anytime you put things that simply, it's actually easier for younger people to understand and adapt. So thank you so much. 97 you had an electric car?
1997.
Wow.
Could barely drive.
I could barely drive. I was 4
I
years
know, I was
old.
going to say, right? Could have picked you up.
But okay, no, this was great. I want to end it on like fun stuff.
Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
said you like Chandigarh.
Yeah, I love Chandigarh.
Because your parents were there before.
They went on their honeymoon there. And so I went last year for the first time finally. Loved the modern architecture. Loved the city planning. I mean, one thing, and the food, of course. Food's amazing in Chandigarh. Punjabi food is great in general, but Chandigarh has
It's the
amazing restaurants.
best.
It's just creative, you know.
I was filming one of my most special projects there. It was a movie that I wanted to do forever. I was doing it there. I was with a bunch of actors who were very like, we're gonna work out and we don't need to eat it. Every day I would be eating chole bhature on set. I was like, that's great. I said, you know what? You cast me as a Punjabi girl, I'm gonna look like one. So
Chole
it's
bhature.
fun. Chole bhature
That's
is
how I start most of my days, with chole bhature. Honestly.
Why haven't we met before?
I don't know. This has been destiny.
Where have you been?
It takes Paris.
This is great. No, but thank you. Thank you so much
pleasure.
for the conversation. This was
Great
fun.
to meet you.
And hopefully I get to see you soon.
Yeah, maybe in Chandigarh.
In Chandigarh having chole bhature.
Absolutely. We'll do it. See you there.
Bye.